They're the top of the pops, a small group of elite megastars that dominate international commercial charts and radio. Young, good-looking and gifted. But did you know this? Was actually written by a middle-aged Scandinavian man?
The Swedes have really come to dominate pop music making in the last 20 years, partly because of a guy named Max Martin who has been so successful at creating #1 Billboard hits. He's written 21, third on the list behind Lennon and McCartney. It was kind of amazing to me that the #3 man on the Billboard list is almost completely anonymous, whereas the first two are world famous. And partly that is because we want to believe that the artists write their own songs, even if secretly we may doubt it.
Music critic John Seabrook has made it his mission to shine a light on the not-so-vocal people behind today's pop songs in his new book, The Song Machine Inside the Hit Factory, and in the process reveals how modern music making has come to resemble a production line.
In the old days, you had a melody writer and a lyric writer, and they would sit at the piano and bang out a tune. Then it would get arranged and produced, and then it would become a demo and then a record. These days, that process is pretty much flipped on its head. So it begins with a producer who creates the track, which are the chord progressions, the beats, and the sort of atmospheric sounds. Then you get a melody writer coming in and writing what's called a hook, which is a very short melodic phrase. And the more hooks, the better. That's another big thing that's changed, is songs today are sort of supercharged with hooks. And then you add the words at the end.
Nothing keeps my heart away, take me.
But then when you come to record the song, you don't have session musicians. You don't have anybody who actually plays an instrument in the studio. That's all done on the computer too. So the whole thing basically just comes out of this box. And then finally, the demo goes to the artist, and the artist follows what's called the trace vocal of the demo singer, who is not the artist, but the person that maybe wrote the hook. And then the record is made, and then it goes out into the world.
So how did we wind up here? Well, here's a clue, or should I say sign.
It starts in one place. You'll never believe where it starts. It starts with Ace of Base. Who knew when Ace of Base was on the radio that they were actually going to change the world? But Max Martin had a mentor who was also a pseudonym called Dennis Pop, and Dennis Pop had an ambition to write songs for American artists, but he was a Swede, he didn't have any contacts, but this Swedish group came to him and said, "Can you produce our track?" And that was Ace of Base, and he put out The Sign, which was an enormous hit in 1994. And that gave him the opportunity to work with the Backstreet Boys. Then the Backstreet Boys led to Britney Spears, and it was Britney Spears' first song, Hit Me Baby One More Time, that was Max Martin's first hit. And just as an example of the Swedish language thing, no American writer or British writer would have written Hit Me Baby One More Time in a song. Nobody would ever have done it. But because the Swedes didn't quite have the English right and they were trying to be cool and use a phrase for Call Me Up, Hit Me Baby One More Time became the hook. And the label even changed the title of the song because they were so worried about a backlash. So the actual title of the song is ... Baby One More Time.
So the next time you're listening to your favorite pop song, from Beyoncé to Britney and everything in between, spare a thought for the silent makers of the music. Jade Barker, TRT World, New York.
Hit me, baby, one more time.